That's 95 years. I mean, that's a lot of years, a lot of changes. Can you, the difference from the time I was born until now that has gone on in the world? Hardly before even radio. Yeah. Guess my grandmother was always on a trip with me. Yes, she was quite an oldie who never really learned to read or write, and I never knew that. But she could do. I mean, she always had me do it. Now, you know, I made the lists. We went to the grocery store and all that. She was very smooth, but she was good at figures. But she was American born. I think first generation, but born in the United States. I'm pretty sure her family came from Germany. Well, he was smart. He was a smart engineer. He had really a college degree and had a good job. And, well, he was smart. He did very well. And my grandmother helped him. I mean, she did the housework. My mother had problems. And she did, died really quite young. I think 50 age. My mother, but my father took me to visit her all the time, and but they were divorced. I rode my bicycle and I went swimming. I started swimming early, and we sailed we didn't have a boat, but a couple of them learned how to sail and did boating, and everything was in walking, condition, and walking, and the roads were a little rough, but I had my bicycle there. I always wanted that there. Once I look back on it, it was a lot of fun. Yes, it was summers, and it was, in those days, it was a pretty long drive. They didn't have the highways that they have now. It was kind of back road. Oh, well, that was in high school, yes. He went to a different junior high that I did at one end of town. And then we were in the same homeroom, and this was junior year. Our names started with M anyway. And he started looking at me, I guess. And we went out. Here we are on the same page. In our high school, you'll have to see this. There I am, and there he is. And he was gone at graduation time because he had enlisted in the Navy. He was still in high school, but the war was on, and he enlisted and he was gone. So he wasn't there for the last 4 or 5 months of high school. This is me, and this is my husband. Mm-hmm. And that's to my sailor, may you always have success in everything you strive for. I'll always be thinking of you. You know that. Yours forever, Claire, Ellie. And my middle name is Ella, E-L-L-A, which was my mother's name. She was and he was Richard A. Miller. And he didn't, but it lists that in his thing, that his weakness was Claire. And yeah, I was yearbook. Oh, my weakness was Dick. I was the school secretary. And there was no one, between me and the principal. I ran the school office. The school had offered everything. And I got to run the office. And it was nice. We weren't engaged the whole time. We went together, but he was dating and I was dating. He was away, but it was understood sort of that he was first and I was first, but then we'd have others in between. But it was, he was in Annapolis, and so it's. I made a lot of trips to the academy, football games and different weekends, and that was a great day. I remember Richie Bossert was the best man, and there was a nice hotel nearby that we went, and then we were leaving the next day to we went to Florida actually, and Cuba on our honeymoon. He came and banged on the door. And we didn't answer it at all. Actually, you can understand. And then he banged and he said, "Thought you died in there." No, we weren't dying. Look at Rick on that little tricycle. And Daddy holding him. Oh my. Yeah, here, this was my first pregnancy, When I look back on it, I wonder, but I didn't think of him not, and he had an accident, but he continued. It was a case of that was what he wanted to do, and he did it. I didn't try to stop him or anything. Then had all those different jobs, commanded ships, commanded squadrons, so he did everything, and one thing, he was so honest about everything. He, was honest and did what he could do and what he enjoyed doing. Well, of course, Ron, I went to Panama, let's see, with a 4-month-old who was Rick. And that was by boat, by ship. And then Ron came along, and then came home with Ron with a 4-month-old. I packed up and took everybody with me. A lot of people, if they had a lot of children, wouldn't. But I never stayed behind. I went. Wherever he went, I went. Chincoteague. Are you familiar with Chincoteague at all? Was the last baby born in the old hospital. They were building a nice new. He was born in the old hospital. I couldn't believe it that I was going to have you at the old hospital. But it was wasn't planned that way, but I was so glad to get it over with too. And you were a good little baby. To have great grandchildren. It's, I've said it many times, I've been very fortunate. I've been a lucky woman. I just, have had a good life, a good marriage. It's had moments when I wasn't thrilled about something, probably, but yes, and have wonderful family. Everybody happily married and family. I can't imagine not having a family. Well, I tell you to enjoy every minute. Enjoy everything you do. If you enjoy doing it, do it. Even if it's maybe a little bit of an effort or a little difficult, but just do it. Well, are you taking my picture?